Shabbat Shalom, motherfuckers. Wherever you are in the world, no one knows when it really is Shabbat. Why? Well, we don't know exactly the schedule, and if you weren't aware at different times within the Jewish calendar, we have some lost years. Look at the Chabad calendar, and so the Chabad timeline. I don't know. I used to read this bad boy, the Chabad timeline, like every day. I had it on my wall. It was a big deal. Anyway, so it could be any year, and it could be any day. And so until we all align like perfectly, I don't get too hung up on some things. But the things on which I do get hung up are way more important. Shabbat's important, but there are other things that are important as well. There are some things I think I'm better in the world than maybe anyone. When things are normal and we didn't have a global pandemic and everything, I was better at going to shul than anyone. I was better every day for chakras. I was better. I still think I'm better than everybody. Just period. I'm better than everybody. Jew, non-Jew, everybody. I'm the best. But I think I'm better than everybody at donning tefillin. I think I'm better than everybody at wearing a kippah. I'm sure on that one. I think I'm better than everybody. Almost certainly better than everybody on kissing the mezuzah. I'm definitely better than everybody at my observance of the mechitza, um, and probably a bunch of other stuff too. And that just doesn't mean I'm better than you at those things, but it means like I'm better than your mom, your dad, your grandparents, everybody. Now, if you were wondering what are you doing, I'm trying to do this USB. Dog, who made it so that USBs don't plug in the same way every single time? Like they're not. You can't do it like this or like this. I don't understand it. Like, uh, frustrating. Now, if you didn't know, when I said I don't get too hung up on Shabbat, because really Shabbat could be any time. Really, when Mashiach's here, we're gonna have a new age, and it essentially could be every day. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But you should be aware that in addition to all of that, you should be aware of some mathematics. All right, so there is a 1 in 7, 1 divided by 7, because Shabbat's one day, right? And that means that there's a 14% chance that today's Shabbat or tomorrow's Shabbat or the next day, and we don't really know. And any rabbi who tells you that they do know is full of shit. And you can tell them that they're full of shit, and the rabbi is the one who tells them that they're full of shit. I'm their boss, okay? And they should know that what I say goes. And thus, we're going to have a full alignment on everything, and we're still going to have Shabbat and all the wonderful things, but Shabbat's going to be every day, perhaps, but we're still going to have the gatherings and all the other cool stuff. But that means that there's an 85% chance more that it's not Shabbat. And then, if you're celebrating Shabbat on the wrong day, that's a major transgression. So I think everybody deserves a second chance in anything. And it really in anything. You don't know what someone their life was like before they may have committed an atrocity. Yeah, rabbits in the back. Would you give Hitler a second chance? Yeah, I think everybody deserves a second chance. Hitler included? Yeah, dog, if you can find him. But isn't he? Yeah, rabbits in the back. But isn't he like the absolute worst person ever? I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm just saying that if he had access to all the world's information and AI and the internet and all the stuff that we have, he might have made different decisions. I don't know. I'm a generally, I think, as good-hearted of an individual as most people will find. Though I'm not the best, probably am, but I'm humble, baby. But I think that people deserve a second chance, especially with all the new knowledge that we have gleaned in the modern age. All right, with that, we're gonna cover a lot of things, perhaps. All right, first of them, I've got a lot of memes, and this is basically gonna be the meme musical. Um, have you guys ever seen like when people make like cappuccino or espresso or coffee, and it like is leaking out like right at the beginning? If you don't know what I'm referencing, dog, why is this so difficult? Like, I see this garbage on here all the time, and that's not how you spell that. Well, this is just the worst. Well, I can't believe it. Espresso dripping GIF. If you're wondering, is it GIF or GIF? Look, I can go both ways. I've said it both ways, perhaps, but I think GIF wins out. Though it's, yo, dog, it's kind of like latte art. We can get to that. I'm trying to describe a feeling that I have right now. Dog, this is the worst. Okay, so maybe cappuccino drip? Kids, this shit is the worst. I hate everything. This is terrible. It's like a machine. You look at the machine, you see it dripping down. I don't understand why it's so difficult for. This is the worst. This is the worst. So I think it's imager, is how that's spelled, but it's GIF. Anyway, uh, cappuccino dripping machine. There's like a. This isn't it. I'll just. It should be a GIF and all this other stuff or video. But this, see how that That's allegedly what my butthole feels like right now. It's raw, girls. It's raw. Anyway, why? I don't know. Latte art's big. All right. Is that the end of your story? No. Rabbits in the back. Yeah. Last time you sang a bunch of Michael Jackson songs, which were amazing, but you didn't moonwalk. Like, I know. Calm down, woman. I have a story to tell. Let's see if I can tell this story correctly, because I'm gonna have to weave it through songs and such. Oh man. Okay. So we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. I think that's the end of the cappuccino discussion. Okay. So how to start? My dad bought our family tickets to see an artist. I'll just say an artist for right now, and I'll just set the setting with that. Um, and I had my cousin was in town, and he brought his friends, and my dad got them tickets, and we went, and the concert was going to be at a baseball stadium, and we had pretty good tickets. Um, okay, so just think about that for a second. All right. What else do we have to, about which we have to talk? Well, while we're talking about cappuccino makers and espresso machines and coffee makers and all that, you should know that I have a thing that I say on this a lot, which is, oh man, there's a whole bunch to this. Okay, so uh, do you all know about Milchig and Fleischig sinks and all of that? So we've got like dairy and meat, and we don't mix them. So of anything that's obsessive compulsive, it says you are not to mix, well, to cook the a kid, which is like a goat, in its mother's milk. And we take that to mean that you can't even put things together. And we're not even really consistent about it, frankly, because Ashkenazi, we have like lox, and lox is like a combination of like fish and dairy. When Sephardim don't do that, I mean, it's really become obsessive compulsive. And you've got Moshe over here in the front row, who is just working on his rose art and with his Lisa Frank coloring book, and he's just gonna freak out when I start talking about these things. But Moshe, you should know. I mean, my name's Moshe, but I call you Moshe just in my own fun, probably somewhat derogatory way. But I love you. I love you. I mean, really, at my heart, I'm a Moshe. I'm somebody who is very strict about the law, but at a certain point, it's like when I hear some teachers and what they say, it's like, huh? Okay, I don't really. Okay, fine. But really, it's obsessive compulsive in some ways. But that's okay. I'm better than everybody at it. So that means I'm kissing mezuzahs and putting up mechitzas and um, washing for hamotzi better than everybody else. All that. But in my heart, I know that I'm just doing this because it's traditional. And I read on Reddit, not well, somewhat recently, a fellow rabbi who just basically said, "Look, I have a huge Orthodox family. I'm an Orthodox rabbi, and I don't even believe it all." And it's like, yeah, join the club, dog. Especially in the modern age, I feel that we can modernize these things, and especially with the smart home, we can work have everything automated. With electric cars, we can program everything on Shabbat, all of that. Okay. And I mean, it really comes down to a with some of these things that fire and electricity aren't the same thing, and that was perhaps a decision that was made that isn't accurate. It just isn't. Ask an electrical engineer about fire. They don't really know too much about it. They know about electricity. Ask a fire person about electricity. They know about fire. These are two separate realms, and to think that they're the same thing, well, why don't we just include all kinds of other stuff in there? Yeah. All right. So with that, um, the last thing that we covered was Michael Jackson songs, I believe. I know I'm talking a lot here, but I'm going to tell stories. This is going to be one with. There's been a lot that I'm going to work through this, and I'm going to try to land them all. Basically, like tell all these stories and make them work. All right. So there's the milchig and the fleischig. So there's this bit that I do. Basically, I just come up with fun stuff, and it's like, okay, if you've ever listened to sports talk, people are like absolutely obsessed. And I thought to myself, how funny would it be if I had a like a rabbinical show, but like it'd be like a call-in show, but it would be as if I would just take calls from Jewish women, generally like rebbitzins and such. And so there's a character who I had. I think it's Miriam in New Brunswick, and she calls in, and she's super strict on things, and she wants to know if it's basically. I guess you'll have to watch on the backtracks, but just I'm introducing you to Miriam in New Brunswick. I believe that was her name. And let's just say, without going into everything, there are Fleischig and Milchig sinks within this conversation. And also, she's calling in saying that she's soda streaming down her right leg and Coca-Cola freestyling down her left leg. Or was it soda streaming down her left leg and Coca-Cola freestyling down her right leg? I don't know. It's just I'm introducing you to this person. There's really nothing more I'm going to say about her. But I've talked about SOP. I've talked about SOP pals and SOP tarps. Basically, this woman's leaky. Anyway, I've talked about slosh and galoshes, all that. If this doesn't make any sense to you, you have to watch the backtracks, and you're like, oh, now I know who Miriam in New Brunswick is. And it really could be like years of footage back. But anyway, with that being said, I wanted to cover that. And all right, how do I do this? All right. I mean, are you? Yeah, rabbits in back. Yeah, are you gonna sing? Um, yeah, but maybe is it all right if I teach you how to dance? She'd be like, oh, even better. I'll be, all right. Because I can dance. I'm a good dancer. I have rhythm, and I've learned how to dance modern dance, and I can waltz, and I can salsa, and I can samba, and I can swing dance. I'm a very good swing dancer, and I took lessons, and it was one of the best investments I think that my parents ever made was just so that I knew how to dance. All right. With that said, I am gonna teach you a new kind of dance. Well, it's not really new. All right, let's see how I can pull this off. Hmm. So this is really known as a backslide or popping dance move. Its history is goes back deep. If you don't know who Cab Calloway is, I understand. If you don't know who Minnie the Moocher is, I understand. But he he's really the person I think who, well, perhaps he didn't. Let me see. Maybe it wasn't. Well, who's this? Okay, just watch this. Yeah, there you go. Great job. Can't even see it. But basically, Michael Jackson did not invent this. First, Rabbi Rothschild invented it. I mean, is it just this the whole time? All right, we're gonna go to AI. Who was the first person to moonwalk on camera? Why on camera? Because then I can prove it to you. If it didn't happen on camera, I mean, I believe it, but no, dog, it goes way back, way earlier than that. All right, perhaps it was this. So, okay, it was Bill Bailey. So, shout out to Cab Calloway. I love you. I really do, and we'll cover you at another point. But Bill Bailey, here you go. Before anybody, I taught Bill Bailey how to do this, let's say. This is the Apollo Theater, one of the most famous theaters in the whole world. Tap dancing's big. I think I've become an excellent tap dancer. This isn't it. I mean, we'll see if he does it. Now he has tap shoes, which are big, and he has a hard surface. So it's going to be easier for him to do it. There you go. That's it. That's it. Way earlier than Michael Jackson. Way earlier. That was wonderful. All right. So I don't usually move that computer, but all right. Oh, hold on. I know this video sucks. Oh, not exactly. I have this club. If you're wondering what it says, let's just say it says sexy. Anyway, why? Because I'm sexy, sensual. All right. So as I am aware, the first time this was performed by Michael Jackson was at a concert, the 25th anniversary of Motown, and like I do these, I do the singing and stuff, and then I rewatch them, and I actually like when I talk more than when I sing. All right, so let me. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, I could just maybe I could play it from here. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but did I mention my butthole's raw allegedly? Anyway, Michael Jackson. I did say that the Michael Jackson one might be 2 days, and I'm very happy with the first one, but here we go. I mean, it's 13 minutes long. Why is it so long? It should be Motown, dog. Motown. All right, here we go. Movie scene. Said, don't mind what do you mean? I am the one to dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one to dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean. She chose the scene and heaven is not supreme as being the one who dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Around picking young girls fine. He never always told me, be careful who you love. If they young you want, when you come. Here we go, kids. Hey, hey, Billie Jean is not my lover. Just a girl claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Ooh, she says I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Hee 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 hee. Oh, for 40 days and for 40 nights I was on her side, looking in and in the man, her schemes and plans. Who dance on the floor in a round. She's still my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. Don't think twice, don't think twice. Hey, my baby, dance three. She looked at me and hold on, his baby cries. Eyes look like mine. Who dance on the floor in a round? He just keep always told me, be careful what you do. Watch when I go round making you a girl toss. Anything around me, I'm gonna smell the perfume. You want me to come with you? Yeah, Billie Jean is not my love. Just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Oh, no, no. He said I am the one. Oh, yeah. Oh. There you go, kids. I am one, but the kid is not my no, no, no. Billie Jean is not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. No, no. The perfect phrase for Cadillac. Cadillac. Yesterday, today, forever. And I've talked about it, Tiger Woods golf course, at length. But I've always just thought that all worked really well. All right, how am I gonna do this? I don't really know, frankly. All right, I could just. Well, then I won't have sound. Okay, we're gonna unplug these things for a second. I think about my Rebbitzin Soprano Lavrecca, and just like she'd be like, just go for it. We know that you're imperfect. You're perfectly imperfect. And okay, I'm gonna destroy this mattress. I'm gonna do the same with the Rebetza though. It's no big deal. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Let's see if this works. If
Breaking my heart, babe. Since I not my not my love, not religion, it's not my love, not religion, it's not my love.
Not my love. Yeah. I don't this. There you go. Just like I am the one. It says, baby. Alright, well, I tried, and know, people are gonna think that they can do better, and that's cool. I'm not a professional. When evening comes, coyotes or coyotes or whatever do a roll call, and they go, "Ow!" and they call out to each other. And if ever any of the coyotes do not answer, it is essentially a warning that one of them is missing, and it causes the female coyotes to ovulate and have more coyotes. So it's like basically if you get rid of one coyote, you're going to get more. You have to take them all out. And that's how the Rebbetzin should be. And I feel as if, in her own way, my Rebbetzin, Zechron Levarcha, was, we've done a roll call and we don't have her. And that should cause all of you to ovulate and have more children. I want to see a birth spike. It'll be like, oh yeah, we're doing really great as Orthodox Jews, and then Rabbi, bing, we're taking over. All right, here we go. Oh, I have to tell this. So don't forget about that. We're at a baseball stadium. Don't forget that story. Okay, so I don't even know if we'll get to that, but when I was a kid, Michael Jackson was really big, and I knew he was in the Jackson Five, and I kind of thought everybody who had the same last name, they were somewhat related, and like somehow, some way, and perhaps we're all related as humans, so I figured that wasn't that strange. All right, so we talked about the Jacksons. We've got Tito. We've got Marvin. We've got Jermaine. We've got um, Rand. Well, we'll talk about that. It gets confusing. And Michael. And okay, so you've got Joe, who is like the patriarch, and Catherine, who is the matriarch. And we have Rebbe, of course, not that blue-eyed Jew, but Rebbe Jackson. Then we have Jackie, Tito, Jermaine. There's Latoya. There's Marlon. They lost Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Maybe we can get him back somehow, some way. There's Michael. There's Randy, and there's Janet. Okay. With that said, that's a big family. But I thought it was bigger. I used to think Bo Jackson and Reggie Jackson and Shoeless Joe Jackson were all in that family as well. They refer to Joe Jackson, I'd be like, oh, yeah, like Shoeless Joe Jackson? Joe Jackson, huh? Yeah, shoeless Joe Jackson. Could never get this straight. I mean, it's a big family anyway. And then on top of that, then this show came out, this American singing show, and they had Randy Jackson on it, which is like, oh, what happened? No offense, dog, but it'd be like you were a lot younger than they all were. Anyway, I love Randy Jackson. I talk a lot like Randy Jackson and exhibit. Yo, dog. That's the I got to it is a nasty goo. Turducken. Nasty boy. Anything? Love you, nasty boys. Nasty boys. Don't ever change. Love you, nasty boys. Nasty boys. Nasty boys. Nasty boys. Nasty. Nasty boys. These are nasty muddy moves. Oh, you nasty boys. Take this. Listen up. Not a prude. I just want some respect. So close the door. If you can't be with the roommate's riding. Because privacy is my middle name. My last name is Control. No, maybe. It's Janet. Mr. Jackson, if you like to. Nest boys. Don't mean a thing. Hold on. Gonna let you say this. Listen up. Not a prude. I just want some respect. So close the door if you want to respond. You know, privacy is my middle name. My last name is Control. No, my first name ain't Baby. It's Rabbi. Rabbi Rothschild. It's getting nasty. Don't mean anything. Oh, you nasty boys. You with your recent search results? Not at all satisfied, Sundar. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, put space. Yeah. All right, well, you're gonna see Rabbi really struggle here. I got my pass. I'm checking for split ends. I want my daughters only have to worry about split ends of the future. That's it. Why? Because I don't want them to have any worries about anything else. It's just like, oh, we're good. You ever see super hot girls that like when they have nothing else, like everything in their world is of which taken care of, they just music on my side to break the color lines. Let's work together to improve our way of life. Join voices in protest to social injustice. A generation full of courage come forth with me. People all over the world to are we looking for the right thing. We are part of revolution. Woo! People of the world. Nasty. This motherfucking rabbi was so nasty. 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 Base. Nasty. 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 Everybody sing it. People of the world today are ignorant of life. We are part of revelation. People of the world tonight. We are part of revelation. People of the world. You better wait for life. We are part of the nation. Woo! People of the night, strengthen our me. We are part of the nation. We're the nation, sing this song, yeah. All right. So I like singing songs that I know really pretty like better. And I like this song. I like this next song. Like I legitimately like this Janet Jackson song. Some songs I sing of artists and I'm not the biggest fan of them. I mean, most of the people I sing though I absolutely fucking love. I really like this song though of Janet Jackson. And I love the beginning part. It's dirty as fuck, girl though. I'm gonna tell you what, some Rebbitzin out there is like, yeah, you in the back. Yeah, I fucking love it. Yeah, you know where I'm getting to, lady. I know. Just calm down over there. There's this line. It's like, okay. I'm in the morning, looking at the body, shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, all right, because I like to ride it tonight, something like that. And I know that's like an anthem of the Rebbetzino. You fucking 8 to 14 children having bitches, perhaps more, perhaps less, no worries. Look, if you're out there and you're like, hey, I'm a Jewish woman, I'm fine. In the future, we may be able to have, well, like freeze your eggs, and if that's not possible, maybe, well, there's a way scientific. I brought you into this world, I can take you out of it, but I don't think that's gonna fly. But I think 40 days. We can agree on 40 days. Both sides. No one's ever gonna be super happy if we don't align on this. So I was able to find in Igros Moshe, it's 40 days. Now, I know there are other rabbinical views, and at points of my life, I have been somewhat of an expert on them to the point where I've openly debated rabbis in shul, in their own shuls, and my own shul, and won. I mean, really been able to prove the cases of other rabbis as to why it should be 40 days. And it gets into truma and all kinds of really esoteric parts of halakha, but that's where we're at. If you don't like it, that's fine. You make whatever decision you want. I am more than anything about bodily autonomy. My body, my choice. So that means, girls, your body, your choice. You can put this package in you whenever you want, girl. All girls at the party, look at that body, shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright, cause I'm gonna hit the girls tonight. All the girls at the party, look at that body, shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. All for you, if you really want it, it's all for you. If you say you need it, it's all for you. If you gotta have it, it's all for you. It's all for you. I see you staring at the corner of my eye. You seem uneasy and want to approach me, throw me a line. But then something inside you scratches, it says, who am I? I know exactly 'cause it happens with all the guys. So what you gonna do, what you gonna do, gonna do? Gonna touch me. Gonna do, gonna have anything to do. I'm sitting right down the way, right down, 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 down. Ain't ready to be. Yes, cool, yes, I'm in the mood. Intimidation's all for you. If you really want it, it's on you. If you say you need it, it's all for you. If you gotta have it, it's all for you. It's all for you. Don't be afraid of keeping you in for too long. Before you know it, I'll be out of here, I'll be gone. Don't gotta be a clever, cute, or even sly. Don't have to work hard, just be yourself and let me be a guy. Don't do what you gonna do. Come on, talk to me. Yes, you're gonna take me. I'll leave you nothing to me, don't you think me jealous? Then it's the way to be, boy. Yes, it's cool, yes, I'm in the mood. Intimidation's everywhere. If you really want, it's all for you. If you say you need it, it's all for you. If you gotta have it, it's all for you. It's all for you. Someone will be having fun. It's all for you. Someone really have some. It's all for you. It's all for you. Who's a party? Look at that body shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright. Cause I'm gonna have to ride it tonight. All the girls at the party, look at that body shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright. Guess I'm gonna have to ride it tonight. If you really want, it's all for you. You can need it, it's all for you. If you gotta have it, it's all for you. It's all for you. All the party, look at that body shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright. Cause I'm gonna you tonight. All the party, look at that body shaking that thing like I never did see. Got a nice package, alright. Cause I'm gonna have to ride tonight. Only I'm the only one. Sorry for all. Soon you'll be having fun. When you come in your hands on. Soon we'll be having fun. We'll be having fun. Soon we'll be having fun. We'll be having fun. Soon we'll be having fun. Soon we'll be having fun. We'll be having fun. Soon we'll be having fun. You had to ride it tonight. Cause I had to ride it. Cause I had to ride it. Cause I have to ride it. Cause I have to ride it tonight. Janet Jackson was a very sexual person. Alright, so I've got one more Janet Jackson song. It's not a song. I'm not gonna sing anymore. Hold on. Maybe I have to sing one more. Control. Never gonna stop me. Control. Now I'm all grown up. Damn. Ooh, Rebel. Rebel. My own shots. My own shots. Thank you. Got my own mind. I wanna make some own decisions. I wanna be the one in control. Let me hang out. Did you understand? No, never got because I take the chance. I just want to rule the world. I just want to run my life. Ooh, to make it a little easier when you just get to take your control. Ooh, what I want. Oh, never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Now I'm coming up. Ooh, Free at last. Oh, no. Not control this. Control. That's right. Control. Korean moves. Control. Move, move, move. Control. Okay, let's move that. Okay. Well, go. Got my own mind, baby. Yeah, my own mind. Wanna make my own decisions. Yeah, when I to in control. Yeah, but that's right. Control. Now I can get right. Control. Now I'm in control. I'm in control, baby. Oh. In control. In control. Don't make me lose it. Was Janet Jackson on Different Strokes? Or or was she or no, she was on Good Times. Yeah. Well, for all child actors, the reason why I say that she's a child actor, I mean, she's a lot of things. And I feel as if Hollywood, they make so much money on all of this, but there's not like a fund for child actors. And you hear about these kids who are just abused and hurt, and I feel like there should be some huge fund, like a slush fund of just, like, oh, you were in Different Strokes. Well, then all the bad things that perhaps may have ever happened to the people on there, hopefully we'd be able to protect you from them, and then also um, make it so that you have a way to live in the future. Because I mean, it's unfortunate, but like, hey, if you're really, really popular, nobody wants to see you in a movie. Sometimes people get sick of you. You're overexposed, all those other things, and that's unfortunate. Then you just can't go working at a normal place. And if you do, then sometimes you have to take some flack for it, and I just don't think that that's right. So anyway, with that being said, I am dynamite. All right. Well, okay. So don't forget about the baseball stadium. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but there's a concert. All right. Then what? This is the worst. All right. You guys know what the Super Bowl is? The Super Bowl, whatever you want to call it. All right. I was at my friend's house watching the Super Bowl, and frankly, I'm a sports fan. I'll teach you all about sports, and I like the commercials. And at the time, I wasn't really big into music and such. So I was having a good time with my friends, and we were watching the game and everything, and they were gonna have the halftime show, and they're like, "You're never gonna believe what you just missed." And I'm like, "What? I was gone like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I was draining the snake. What do you mean? I wasn't gone that long." They're like, "You're never, ever, ever gonna believe it." And I was like, "What did I miss?" To this day, I have not seen what happened. So maybe somebody can tell me in the future. All right. With that being said, any other things that you want to tell us, Rabbi? Any? Oh yeah, I fucking love the Jacksons. I was listening to myself singing the Jackson 5 the other day, and um, there's that one part where they're like, come on, let me tell you what it's all about," or come on, let me tell you what it's all about." And in my previous video, I didn't get a chance to hit that note the way that I wanted to, as I was talking about. I was blabbing about something. Anyway, so here we go. Aleph, Bet, Gimel. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. You went to school with my girl. Never knew before. Okay, we're gonna transition. I had planned to teach you all about football and such. I don't know if that's gonna happen tonight. How could I do this? I mean, it's a lot. We've covered a lot. We had the whole coffee thing. Coffee. This is coffee talk. And I love coffee talk. It's one of my favorite things of all time. Um, we can go into that at another point. What else should you know? Oh, I know. One thing that I saw in one of my videos. What's my thing? Like, what is what turns on Rabbi? And I think I mentioned something like bimbo, not the bread because that's not kosher, but perhaps in the future we'll kosher it. It actually it's hakani is like my thing, which is basically like as it's like we're supposed to have sinus and like modesty, and I think that it's hilarious that the hakanis of the world are like, hey, I'm modest. I'm just gonna wear a skin tight bodysuit basically, and I think that's amazing. So if we could combine the two bimbo hakanis, wow, that's anyway. Um, what? That'll cause me to fire ropes. I could hit you from here. Anyway, um, I talked about glazed donuts last time, but I don't just glaze faces like donuts. Perhaps I'll cream pie you, treat you like a Bismarck, whatever you want. Um, all right. Upskirts become really big. I think an upskirt, a a well placed upskirt can take a very focused individual out of their element very quickly. You can use it as a, as a weapon, girls. Just huh? Anyway, what else? Um, oh, I know. In the future, we just fuck and stretch. So if people are like, "Oh, modesty and all that other bullshit," shut the fuck up. We're just gonna do what's called active isolated stretching, which is what this is, and we're gonna fuck. That's like being really flexible, treating your body like it's like a beta McDash, is important, and firing ropes is important as well. So be careful, girls. Gotcha, girl. Gotcha. I'm gonna keep you on a collar, bitch. Anyway, I'm gonna keep you on a collar. I'm gonna make you wear a collar and keep you on my leash, baby. Firing ropes. Check this out, girl. Look at this. This is as three-dimensional as it gets. All right. Worst stream ever. I love comic book guy from The Simpsons. Oh, if you want to know in the future what's better, The Simpsons or Family Guy, I've always thought Family Guy's better. But I call it Mishpucha Mensch. I think we should have like a Hebrew or Yiddish. Pardon me. Family Guy called Mishpucha Mensch, and I'll help lead Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I'm not gonna comment on this, but in her own way, Yoko Ono is my spirit animal simultaneously, with Chuck Berry being my spirit animal. I have many spirit animals. I don't even know what that means, but when I see something and I'm like, that resonates with me, then it becomes like my spirit animal. Alright, I guess you just watch it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Dog, dude, I'm not even kidding. Sundar. Face. My god. I loved it. Okay, so we're kind of working our way backward. Uh, Alright, I really like Chuck Berry. I sang Chuck Berry most recently at length, like an entire concert. I was driving to Steven Spielberg's mother's restaurant, the Milky Way, which is my favorite milkshake restaurant in the entire world, and I recall singing Chuck Berry all the way there. So I haven't sung it in some years. All of that is on camera. It's all on the backtracks. I've done these concerts like a few times, so I mean I'm not saying that I know all of these songs really well, but some of them I know better than others. And I know Chuck Berry a little bit better, not super well though. Anyway, so Chuck Berry, an amazing singer, amazing guitarist, amazing dancer. Um, I'm gonna just I'll show you. I taught Chuck Berry this. Let's see if I can do it on here. Um, Now this is basically he had this move known as the duck walk, where he with one like I can't even really do it that well at all. But basically, you'll see. I invented it, perhaps, just like the moonlight walk and that Michael Jackson move where he goes like that and criminal. I taught them all, kids. Anyway, it was an interesting time, and I recall my dad had got us tickets to go to a concert, and it was a Chuck Berry concert, and my cousin was there, and his friends were there. Now, I was a young person. I was a boy. I was maybe 10. Okay, and my cousin was like in his like early 20s with his friends. So I thought these guys were so cool because they were older boys. When I was a kid, kids, all I ever wanted to do was wrestle. I just would run and wrestle anybody. And when you had like older boys who, you know, they'll wrestle with you and, put you in headlocks, and I used to get tied up with my own socks. I used to wrestle anyone. When people will, I wrestled a lot of people who were older than I was and bigger than I was because I was bored and I wanted to do something. Anyway, so these guys, they would wrestle with me and play catch with me. I want to wrestle and play catch. Those are like my big two things. And I still play concert for me. I don't know if it was my first, but it was. So I'm like 9, 10 years old, something like that. All right, so got the setting set, and everybody's having who's of age is having beers, and the whole stadium, and everybody's really excited to see Chuck Berry. I mean, I cannot tell you, everybody was just extremely excited to see Chuck Berry. Did I mention that we were excited to see Chuck Berry? I mean, everybody. So 6:45 comes around, and we are stoked. We are stoked that we're gonna see Chuck Berry. I mean, it's really great. It's we were like 15 minutes away from seeing him. We're so excited. We see the stage. It's in the middle of center field. The stadium is packed. It's got tons of people there, and I'm there with my cousin and his friends, and my parents are there, and we're just really, really excited. 7 o'clock comes around, and we are ready for Chuck Berry. We are so ready for Chuck Berry. Everybody in the stadium is ready for Chuck Berry. And this woman comes out. Now, I don't remember her name exactly, but we're going to call her Stella Horowitz. You see Stella hobbling over up the stairs of the stage, walking to the microphone, and she boom boom boom. Is this thing on? Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Horowitz, and not to alarm anyone, but I do want to make you aware that we have heard from Chuck Berry's team that he's running a few minutes late, but just to be patient and we will update you in due time. Now, the stadium is kind of shocked. This is new. This isn't something that was planned. And all of a sudden we are wondering, like, okay, well, where's Chuck Berry? Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You start doing like the things you used to do. That was motivating over the hill. I saw Maybelline in the coupe de ville. The Cadillac rolling up on the road. Nothing really headed forward. Cadillac doing a 9 to 5. Snubber bumping on the wrong side. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You've been starting back doing the things you used to do. Cadillac pulled up ahead of the board. The board got hot in the mall. Then it got cloudy and started raining. Looted by horn for a passing lane. Great light going all on the hood. Now what's going good? Eileen, why can't you be true? Maybelline, why can't you be true? You've been starting doing the things you used to do. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You've been starting back doing the things you used to do. Now go down the lead and give me a bit down the town. Cadillac did in the land. 110 ahead of the man. Cadillac looking at still. The cop getting at the top of the hill. Maybelline, why can't you be true? Oh, Maybelline, why can't you be true? You've been starting back doing the things you used to do. Now, I really wanted to teach everybody about football, especially Jewish women out there, and the Rebbetzin out, because I know you don't know, but you're going to be experts. But I don't know if that's going to happen tonight. All right. So, Stella Horowitz comes waddling up these stairs at about 7:15. Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Horowitz. I spoke to you all earlier. Like, she's spoken to us 15 minutes. We know who you are. I want to make you aware that we are doing everything possible to be able. Is this thing on? Yeah, we can hear you. What's up? When's Chuck? I want to. If you didn't know, I'm Stella Horowitz. I want everyone to know that Chuck Berry is scheduled to perform at the stadium tonight, and we are doing what we can to get in touch with his team, and we will keep you posted. Please be patient. And she starts waddling back down the stairs. Now, the stadium is kind of like, all right, something's up here. And yo, dog, please give me Chuck Berry's top 25 songs of all time. Cause I be rocking on bandstand in Philadelphia, PA, deep in the heart of Texas, and around the Frisco Bay, all over St. Louis, and when I New Orleans, all the cats want to dance with, sweet little 45. Sweet little 45. She's got the grown-up blues, tight dresses and lipstick. She sports high-heel shoes, but on tomorrow morning, she'll have to change her trend. And sweet cheese 45 and back to class again. But they'll be rocking in Boston, in Pittsburgh, PA, deep in the heart of Texas, and round the Frisco Bay, way down to St. Louis, and New Orleans. And all the cats want to dance with sweet little 45. Got rabbits in the back. Grab my wife, sweet little 45. Well, traditionally, I think that a woman, her beauty and power and everything hit that number. And traditionally, that's when she would be able to reproduce, generally, one of the later parts of her life, but she has the most amount of experience then, and experience to me is very sexy. Smart women, knowledge, wisdom is really sexy to me. So you can have young chicks. I don't want. I don't even want to talk to anybody under 21, frankly. But 45. But no, is in the south side, high up on the ridge, just a mile now from the Mississippi Bridge. Information on the 1999. We miss Mister and all the fun we had. We go for the project, the man in degree. Landing on a part of happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. Last time I saw Marie, she was waving me goodbye. Now I'm dropping feet and I pickled from high. Marie is only 6 years old, so information, please. Tell her to put me in her in Memphis, Tennessee. I believe they have it incorrect. I believe they say Marie is only 6. Let's find this out. Memphis, Tennessee lyrics. Marie is only 6 years old. Oh, she's 6 years old. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Stella Horowitz, who goes waddling up these stairs again like a penguin. And she gets up to the microphone. Boom, boom, boom. Is this thing on? Yeah, Stella, it's on. Hello, my name is Stella Horowitz. I am here. Yeah, Stella, we know you just told us that like 2 times in the last whatever. My name is Stella Horowitz. I want everyone who is gathered here to know that we are still attempting to contact Chuck Berry's personnel. I will keep you updated. Please remain patient. She goes waddling back down. Now, kids, this was before the days of general use cell phones. I mean, we have smartphones and all of these things, but back then, this was rarer, much rarer to have a cell phone. And so it's not like they could just say, oh, we know that he's 5 minutes away or whatever. They were trying to get in touch with his people. This next song was featured in Pulp Fiction, and shout out to Quentin Tarantino and all of his movies. Hey guys, did you know that Sundar Pichai sucks and he's just working on his Zune with his thumb up his ass and his wife is embarrassed of him since she just married an asshole? Yeah, if you don't know, it's on the backtracks. Anyway, here we go.
It's wedding and all folks wish him well. See the shout out to Uma Thurman and John Travolta and the young Mansoor and the man who those that never came down. All the fucking did it too. Well, about said. Say, oh, fuck, to go so they never can tell. I feel like we're going really fast. Little records, all the music back. Generally saying humble folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They would have do about 10 years being in red 53. They didn't go on the leaves to celebrate their anniversary. But the man of the year was married to the love of tennis and well. Say that he say, oh folks, it goes to show you never can tell. Need a teenage wedding and the old folks wish him well. You can see that, yeah, Joey and Mazel. And the rhyme, my soul and the down with the temple bell. Say these, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell.
So it's like 7:45, and who comes waddling up the stairs? Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Horowitz, and I want you to be aware that we are doing our best to make contact with the personnel of one Mr. Charles Berry, better known as Chuck Berry. We will update you at our earliest opportunity. Please remain patient. she goes waddling back down. Now, people in the stands are starting to get antsy. I mean, come on, it's been 45 minutes. What's going on? And my family's starting to get rowdy, and my cousin's friends, and they're like, come on, like, what's going on here?
Let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Any old way you choose it. We got a backbeat, you can't lose it. Any old time you use it. It's gotta be rock and roll music. If you wanna dance with me. If you wanna dance with me. Don't like against modern jazz. Unless they try to play it too darn fast. And you think of the melody. Until it sounds just like a symphony. That's why I go for that rock and roll music. Any old way, you got a backbeat, you can't lose it. Any old time you use it. It's gotta be rock and roll music. If you wanna dance with me. If you wanna dance with me. Yeah, I got the guy up on the tracks. And then meaning I am well the sax. And everybody had a rockin' band.
Really, the biggest issue, I don't have trouble finding dancing partners. Perhaps we never touch or anything. Um, at all. I've never had an issue finding dancing partners. And the only place that I dance is in the middle of the dance floor, except when I swing dance. Then my partner and I have to dance on the outside because I need space. But I'm serious. I dominate that middle of the dance floor like the 50-yard line. If you don't know what that means, then we'll explain football to you at another time. I really wanted to do it tonight, but I mean we went from coffee to Janet Jackson to Chuck Berry and all right. So guess what, kids? Guess who got starts waddling up to the stage? Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Horowitz, and I am making you aware that we are doing everything that we can to make contact with one Mr. Chuck Berry. Please stay tuned and remain patient. And she starts waddling back down. Now the stands are just like starting to get antsy. I mean, it's really taking some time. Now, next song is something that I am. It's a brown-eyed handsome man. Shout out to all the brown-eyed people out there. Just know that you're all also blue eyes. You all also have blue eyes. You can remove the top layer. Let's look this up. Yo, dog, how is it that all brown-eyed people actually have blue eyes under a layer of keratin or something on their eye? What's going on with that? What in the absolute fuck is this? Why would you just have lyrics without the song? I get it. I know, because you'll get banned. I get it. Take the risk, though. Columbus did. Huh? Just one moment. Brown-eyed handsome man lyrics.
Charges of unemployment sitting in the witness stand. The judges were white, called the district attorney, said, free the brown-eyed man. Come on, girls. In the name of the brown-eyed man. And flying across the desert and the tea desert, from and there's beyond to sand. She goes and walking a little miles and in by Monday to meet brown-eyed handsome man. Brown-eyed handsome man. I'm big brown, girls. He down with anything else in years, and back to the road began. There's been a whole lot of good women shedding tears over a brown-eyed handsome man. Remember the brown-eyed handsome man. We need a Chuck Berry movie, like one of those biopics. He went through some shit, including this concert. Poor God, it couldn't be in mind. The doctor and the lawyer man. The mother told the darling and young brown on the young brown out handsome man. Jack Daddy, brown out handsome man. My little Venus was a beautiful lass. She had the world in the palm of her hand. To me, a big bones in a wrestling match. To be a brown out handsome man. Keep up with a little brown handsome man. He'll be the one and going to be on. He was down in the stand. Round in third, he was heading for home. He was the brown-eyed handsome man. Then he won again. He was the brown-eyed handsome man.
All right. It's 8 o'clock. Chuck Berry is more than an hour late. Guess who comes up on stage? Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Horst. We're all like, we know Stella, we get it. We want to make everyone aware that the concert was supposed to start about 1 hour ago. Please remain patient. We are attempting to get in touch with Chuck Berry or his management team. Thank you. She goes waddling down. Now, my cousin and his friends, this is an extra hour of beers perhaps for the whole stadium, and everyone is waiting on the one, the only Chuck Berry.
Riding along in my automobile, my baby is sitting at the wheel. With all the kiss at the turn of a mile, my curiosity running wild. cruising and playing the radio with no particular place to go. Riding along in my automobile, I was anxious to get the way I feel. Right off is awfully and sincere. Knocks filled me softly in my ear. Not because, just like a rabbit's no smell. Running down the door with no particular place to go. No particular place to go. So we parked away out on Kokomo. The night was young and golden and gold. So we don't decide to let it show. Can you imagine the way that I felt? I couldn't impress her safety belt. Riding along in my old boots. Still trying to get her belt loose. Oh, I gotta move, kids. No, I held the girl. I got a lot of moves. And if they felt that wouldn't budge. I stopped short. Playing the radio. Psych. That's my move. With no particular place to go. Oh man, I could tell a quick story. All right, so I've got some mean car game, meaning like I can take care of some chick in a bed, in a movie theater, or wherever, but in the car, I'm like, I'm really fucking good. And I've been with quite a few chicks in my life. Not even at 42, I forget, but like way before then. I mean, just tons of chicks, multiple chicks, sometimes in sometimes a night, but not like in a bad way. It'd be like, I mean, it's not like I was in a relationship or anything, and um, I might hook up with a girl. I may hook up with her later on that same night again, but my card game was really, really good. Anyway, I got this move. It's not the Frank Costanza stop and short. It's it's so good. I don't know if you can really do it now as well, but there are a lot of girls out there with like, oh, he used it on me, and it's worked. It is the thing that works. I mean, I've got some moves that work 100% of the time, dead fucking nuts. This one of is one of them. Oh yeah, that's the spot, Rabbi. Give me that, Rabbi 6900. Oh, like that just turned. Listen, that baby just purr. Look at that. Anyway, some lady is soda streaming down her left leg right now, or Coca-Cola freestyling down her right leg, or was it Coca-Cola freestyling down her left leg and soda streaming down her right leg? Anyway, some lady's vibing to the oldies, guaranteed. Right now, as we speak, if somebody's watching this somewhere, and I've got this move. All right, so I like to play music or whatever. Like, I'm like the only person who's like, all right, I have like all these CDs of like 90s alternative tracks and like 80s ballads, and then I've got like my like Marvin Gaye mix, and I throw that bitch in. And now I've also got amazing futon game. I got an amazing couch game and chair game, and
I got game everywhere. Outdoors, in public places, if that's your thing. You just want to go to the mall and get fucked, okay. Um, but I just, I'll tell this story perhaps another time, but here's the move. So we'll be listening to music. Like, this is different, but we'll just play this song. It's just an example. Could have been Marvin Gaye, could have been Barry White, but I'm girls. I am amazing with a girl's neck. Amazing, amazing. Uh, I'm so in love with you. I mean, I make it look like a vacuum attacked you. Wanted you. Really? No, I don't try to bruise you, but I remember, kids. I remember this one time I was with my parents sitting at the dinner table, and it's quiet, and I remember we were just eating, and my mom says to me, Michael, your neck is bruised. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know what that's all about. My mom doesn't call me Rabbi. Really? Well, I'm kind of always going to be her kid, so anyway, who is like God? Michael. Anyway, I have to like wear like turtlenecks. I look like Steve Jobs for some of this time. Anyway, so I'm I'm a great kisser. Ask anybody. In fact, girls, I didn't know this, but girls would tell other girls, I wonder what it's like to kiss him. Like that is the coolest fucking thing. Like other girls, if girls are talking about what it's like to other girls to kiss you, and then you find out about it, it's amazing. Anyway, I've got big lips. What can I say? Got an amazing tongue out. Got a great smile. I can do it all. Anyway, so I'd be like making. Well, first, like the girl would be talking, we'd be talking or whatever. Just like we'd be like at perhaps her. Perhaps we never touched. Who knows? I could just have been hallucinating. Let's just say it was all hallucination. But nevertheless, these babies aren't going to tell you it's a hallucination. So I'll I'll start making my moves perhaps, and let's just say I'm making now I'm in a driver's position. She's in the passenger seat, and I'll slide my hand around and unbuckle her and move that. So now it's like there's nothing impeding it. And I might put a hand on her leg or someplace, but it's really while she's thinking I'm going after her lips, which perhaps I am. I'm going at necks. I'm amazing with the neck. I'm telling you, like necks are like totally underrated. And it's not like I'm like, oh, that girl's got a great neck, but it's like, hey, if you're gonna let me go to town, the neck is just a thing. So anyway, I might be going at it with a girl, and then I move to the neck, and I might move downward. Now, if we're in the car, and we're outside of wherever you are, I I may not go. It depends what we're gonna do. We could go in the back seat, which is where I'm amazing as well. We could spend the night in the back seat, allegedly, perhaps. Again, could have been hallucination. Could have been allegedly. Anyway, but then my hands will start like, and it depends. I played games, let's just say, with lots of chicks, and some girls like they stick out in my mind. I can tell you what girls play defense better than others. And there are some. I won't name their names now, but these girls had some rules, and like, okay, like if we're not in a relationship, then you know, shirts are staying on. Okay, I get that. Or perhaps, but necks, I'd always be like, okay, but necks are still available, right? Oh yeah, necks are still in line. Okay, cool. So I mean, other girls are like, just like, let's roll, buddy. And they're like, all right, girl. Did I tell you about the turducken getting my I can get in like to my elbow, girl. Anyway, it's the best fucking move, though. And you can't really do it. I mean, you need like an older car to be able to do it, but so I unbuckle her, we're perhaps making outfits, necking, whatever. And I got this move. It's so fucking funny. So I whisper in there. Oh yeah, ears are big, but whispering into a girl's ear. Oh, she's just sort of streaming down her right leg, and Coca-Cola freestyling down the left leg, or Coca-Cola freestyling down her left leg, and soda streaming down her right leg. It was something like that. But I mean, these bitches, I should put a towel down under them. But here's what I do. This is my move. I take my left hand around them, and I whisper into their ear, and I say, "Are you ready for a surprise?" And girls love surprise. Yeah, what the fuck do you have? Yeah, I'm ready for the surprise. And so I'll be the girl. Okay, so I'm over here, and like, my hands like remove the belt and everything, and we're like over here, perhaps doing whatever. And I whisper in their ear, "Are you ready for a surprise?" Uh-huh, uh-huh. And what I'll do, now you really have to see it. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to be able to pull it off. You have to see it. But here's what I do. You ready for a surprise? Yeah. I pull the lever for the seat to go backward, and she goes like this. And we laugh so hard. I mean, so hard. And then it's go time, kids. All right, next song. That was a little Al Green interlude. We laughed. I've laughed so many times with so many girls that way, and just laugh and laugh, like really innocent laughing, just really really sweet. All right, so I'm going to show you what duck walking is. I'm not going to move the camera and everything. It's too much work. Huh? So perhaps I taught Chuck Berry this. I want to so you know what it looks like. That one, where he's on one foot like this, playing a guitar though too at the same time. That's duck walking. You can see it from up there, so watch it on some other angle. Anyway, uh-huh. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now, feels good today. We're at touchdown in an international runway. We got it home to the OCs to the USA. North Los Angeles, oh, how I yearn for you. Oh, Chicago, Chattanooga, Baton Rouge. Oh, St. Louis. Another 10 minutes of chanting goes. It's now 8:30, something like that, and there's no sign of a performer. Who comes waddling up these stairs like a penguin? Dun, dun, dun. Hello, can you all hear me? Yes, Stella, we've been listening to you for the last hour and a half. Yeah, we can hear you. I want to make you all aware that we have potentially made contact with a member of Mr. Barry's management team. We anticipate that Mr. Barry may perform tonight. When we have more information, we will let you know. Now, there's just a huge groan that happens from the crowd, and my cousin then starts another chant. He actually started 3 chants that night. He starts, "We want Chuck! We want Chuck! We want Chuck! We want Chuck!" And it starts spreading. The entire stadium starts saying, "We want Chuck! We want Chuck!" Now, before I do this next song, if I recall, I would hate to awake in the morning for school. I hated it. I was always up too late. I always hated it, and it, I don't recall. My dad would wake me up many times, most times maybe, and my mom would wake me up. But the way my dad would wake me up, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. It was the worst. He would come into my room, and he would I would be asleep like this, and he would climb over me. Well, beforehand, he'd go, "It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up in the morning. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up for the day. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up in the morning. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up for the day." Oh. But if I recall, he would also sometimes sing the song as well. But he'd climb over me, and then he would say, I'd be like 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, and he'd be like, "Dumper time," and he'd go like a bulldozer and push me out of the bed, and then I'd fall on the floor. Up in the morning and off to school. The teacher's teaching the golden rule. American history and practical math. You study them hard and hoping to pass. Working your fingers right down to the bone. And the guy won't leave you alone. Ring, ring goes the bell. The cooking is ready to say. You're lucky if you can find a seat. You're fortunate if you get time to eat. You're back in the classroom, open your books. Get ready to teach your dominant whatever new looks. Soon as 3 o'clock rolls around, you finally lay your burden down. Close up your books, hands off of your seat. Round the halls and into the street. Up in the corner, around the bend. Right to the juke joint you go in. Dropped in the corner, right in the slot. You guys in here turning fiddly hot. We're one you love, you're making romance. All day long you've been wanting to dance. Feel the music on right to toe. Round and round and round you go. And that's how I would awake many, many, many mornings with the dumper. I hated it. I still to this day hate it. I think he would sometimes cut me with his toenails like talons. It just terrible. Fucking anyway, whole stadium's going. We want Chuck. We want Chuck. In my opinion, the funniest moment of Seinfeld does not involve an episode with Kramer or George, who are perhaps, at least on the Seinfeld subreddit, they were the top two characters in the entire show. This is. Do you think that's the funniest part of Seinfeld? It is. It's absolutely hilarious. You've got to see the whole episode, and if you have. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we are unable to make contact with him at this time. And everyone's going, Stella, Stella, Stella. And who wouldn't you know it, right as she's about to cancel the concert, a limousine pulls out of center field onto the baseball field and right up to the stage. And who gets out? The one, the only, Chuck Berry. Your kids are gonna love this one. Deep down in Louisiana goes to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. There stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never lived or learned to read and write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ring in a bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go, Johnny B. Good. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack, go sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. Oh, engineers of everything in the shade, strumming with the rhythm that his barbers made. And the little passing by, they go to the shop and say, "Oh boy, them country boy can play." Oh, go, go, Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go, Johnny, be good. His mother told him someday he will be a man, and you would be the leader of a big old band. Oh man, if people coming from miles around to hear you play music when the sun goes down. Maybe someday your name will be in lights saying, Johnny, be good tonight. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go,
Go, Johnny be good.
Now, if you weren't aware, that song was also featured in a major motion picture, and I referenced it. Let's do it so you can see it, and then we'll close up story time. Shout out to Michael J. Fox. You know, when I was a kid, I named all the big Jacksons: Bo Jackson, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Andrew Jackson, Stonewall Jackson, Marvin Marlon Jackson, Rebby Jackson, Catherine Jackson, Reggie Jackson, Janet Jackson, and I mean, we named a lot of Jacksons. And I understand they're not all in the same family, but like there's just like as a young person, you don't know all the things. Latoya, everybody. Tito, everybody. Um, Rebby, not the blue-eyed Jew, but Rebby Jackson. Anyway, and and then Joe, not shoeless Joe, just regular Joe. Anyway, and all the other, we even named Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. We'll get Brandon back perhaps in the future, using like a replicator machine or DNA sequencing, something. We'll if that's what they want, if that's what the Jacksons want. With that said, there were some major Michaels. To be a Michael in the '90s, no one could touch you. You got Michael Rothschild. You've got Michael Jordan. You've got Michael Jackson. You've got Mike Tyson. You had Michael Richards as Kramer. You have Michael J. Fox. I mean, just the name Michael, which means Hebrew for who is like God. It's like a rhetorical question. It's also an emphasizer to your last name. Who is like God? It's just the best name. Close enough that we would joke about it. That my I call him my friend, but like we played basketball, I say basketball team, but we were really cousins. Distant, but nevertheless, it was just strange how this worked out. Anyway, the next time we have school, I see I say my friend, but my cousin, who was confusing because there's the cousin who was at actually. So it turned out that the kid who was in my class, who I found out was my cousin, was also at the baseball game with my cousin, who was started the chant. Okay, and so I have two cousins. One was older, one is like in his early 20s. He's the one who started the chants, and then I have a cousin who was in my grade at the same time when we were like 10, something like that. And he's telling a bunch of people about what he witnessed. And I overhear him, and he starts telling everybody, "You're never going to believe this. My parents took my brother and I and some friends to a concert, and it was a Chuck Berry concert. And you're never going to believe it, but the funniest thing happened." And I'm sitting there listening to him, and he's like, "Yeah, we saw Chuck Berry, and that was all cool and everything, but he was really, really late." And the entire stadium was chanting for this lady who kept coming up to the microphone to delay the concert. And yeah, excellent. Well, that's exciting. Like, are you going to put lyrics to it? Well, excellent. Excellent. Well, that's great. Are you, do you have a timeline on when you're going to have this song done? Oh, that's really fast. Excellent. How will we be able to listen? Amazing. Are you going to put it on Spotify or YouTube or something? You're good. Oh, I've been doing so for more than 3 years. I have the most amount of data of any person on the internet. Everything's on camera, baby. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you for saying that. Well, you should understand that data is Earth's number one resource, and I have more data online than any person ever. I'm not saying that. The Economist magazine stated that data is Earth's number one resource, more valuable than food, water, gold, air, petroleum, diamonds, anything. And I have more data online than any person ever. And not only that, but I've been live streaming, as you know, in Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu for more than a year, about a year and a half now at this point. And so, what makes our coin better than every other coin out there is it's backed by data. You can literally watch from a bunch of different camera angles this coin and its development for the past year and a half. And that's really excited. Okay. Yeah, it must have popped off right around then. Okay, well, I mean, were you able to purchase some? Okay, okay, well, at least it's fun. Of course, I understand. Okay, so sure, go for it. Yeah, no, they will be. They will be. Your memories will be captured and transferred. Both. I mean, essentially, what we have to go into a we, we would have to go into a definition of what is the soul, and that's going to vary from person to person. But what I'm saying is basically everything aside, like I'm going to copy your central nervous system, your peripheral nervous system, which has your personality in it. It has all your memories in it. It has how you feel. It has everything that makes you you. It makes up your entire personality. And we'll be able to put that into something else. Now, if you're like, well, is that really you? You won't know the difference because the previous you will be dead. Oh, it's amazing. Go ahead. Please define accelerationist for me. Um, I think I move at the exact same speed as what humans, that all humans accelerate, which is generally 1 second equals 1 second. But I would say that I am a futurist, so someone who definitely has a certain affinity and knowledge about the future, so future technology. And so, if that's what you define as an accelerist, then yeah, call me, I'm guilty of it, I guess. I think it's a very positive trait. and then eventually the dodo bird. You might be able to see the dodo bird. It's yeah, it's not cloning though. I yeah, okay, I guess if you want to call it cloning, you can, but it's not. Um, it's really de-extinction. Yeah, so yeah, you so it's not through fossils, but like frozen and glaciers. Since woolly mammoths were around up to 10,000 years ago, they're frozen in they're frozen in glaciers, and they're also been preserved in tar pits and things. So we're able to get their viable DNA and have an accurate blueprint of what they were, and then we use that and impregnate a African elephants, and then eventually they give birth. And then I saw this was recently, um, saber-toothed tigers were also discovered, and like a saber-toothed tiger cub. So we'll be able to use the DNA from that and perhaps de-extinct the saber-toothed tiger. Now, there's a big difference between that, which is all within the last like 20,000 years of going extinct, and dinosaurs. But using AI and modern reptiles, we may be able to create a modified hybrid DNA of what dinosaurs may have been, and then eventually have our own Jurassic Park on some kind of tropical island somewhere. Go for it. Do the verification. What's up, pimp? How you living, baby? All right, you were able to figure it out. That's great. Um, do you guys have um Discord? Okay, I'll send you. I have a huge Discord, so I'll send you an invitation to that as well, and you can check it out if you want. I watch people play it. Are you a good Rocket League player? That's the one with the cars in the soccer field, right? Excellent. Um, okay, so I have to be your. I was able to send it to your brother, but I have to add you to my contacts, I guess. Okay, and now let me resend it. Okay, so you have to accept my contact. Just get it from your brother. I just sent it to him. He's got it. Raspy Dando. Will you please forward it to your brother? Excellent. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, so I've got like, let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm right here. Exactly. I want people to feel welcome, and it's a world peace movement. Yeah, if you didn't know, why do I stream my life all the time? I don't want war anymore, and so this gives me a platform to be able to discuss world peace. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I want you guys to know that I wish you the best with your song. I will repost it when I once it's published. So are you guys going to publish it on YouTube? Okay. Sure. Absolutely.